Hey everybody, I've been working on more childhood thoughts and Tim's favorite episodes, Tim's favorite albums, but just not feeling good today. So why don't I do some, wrestling reviews, my mini reviews. This one here is a pretty fun one. This is Elimination Chamber from 2021. And this was a good match. This was where Bobby Lashley tries to retain against both Riddle and John Morrison, who I always thought was an underrated wrestler. Hell, he was a part of one of the most unbeatable for a while reigning tag team of that time. Reigning tag team champions of that time, M&M. And yeah, I just don't like. I don't understand the hate Morrison would always get. I always found Morrison, and a lot of other people have said. I believe Lashley has said that we never understood why he was never a more of a major star, or like someone who would he'd be like, the top card or whatever you call him. But this is the United States Championship match at Elimination Chamber, and Riddle ends up dethroning Bobby Lashley. Very much so, because I did like that Riddle becomes something. I like that. And I'm not saying, because he has done stuff, like NXT champion, tag team champion, but he's, again, one of those guys, along with Morrison, that, you can't do this. They've done that rammed up Sami Zayn's ass for so many years because of it. Even though Sami Zayn's done stuff as well, I don't get these ridiculous things. And I thought Riddle did really good for those 49 days. And I'll get to that deadline. But this I always found an underrated night, because Elimination Chamber, I've said things. Let me get to this. This is the same night Bobby Lashley, yes, he lost the United States Championship, but this was the same night he attacked Drew McIntyre, or Drew McIntyre. I'm kidding. To basically made this deal The Miz, which The Miz had the Money in the Bank contract, which was actually not his to begin with. And so he attacks, Bobby Lashley attacks Drew McIntyre, and The Miz cashes in, wins the world title, the WWE Championship, and then a few more days after, Bobby Lashley wins and becomes the champion. And I've said things. I've said, why is he doing this? I'm going to say this. I'm going to really become more myself here. Just like I said with Carmelo Hayes, who's one of my him and Braun Breaker are both my favorites of this, yes, they are my favorites. Bobby Lashley was an underrated champion. This was around the time where I was still upset with what they were doing with the Universal Championship. But honestly, going back and seeing those matches, It was, a lot of it was MVP going up his ass. A lot of it was more of that. It was not against Bobby Lashley, because I think Bobby Lashley is an underrated wrestler. I've always thought he was one of the best, because he, all the way from ECW and all of these, and TNA, and when he was just Lashley, and all these other, just, he really is, and he gives me that vibe, that really fresh Tony Atlas freshness, and he really is awesome, and I like Bobby Lashley. But this was a good end for now, because he did win the title again. I have against Theory, but good run in my opinion. Again, I want to go back and do a lot of Bobby Lashley stuff, a lot of Riddle stuff, and a lot of Morrison stuff. So that's that.